Good morning, Wanda. Today we are going to discuss about the EMF equation of a transformer and problems on EMF equation and ideal transformer on no load. Okay, in the previous class, we already discussed about the construction, working and classification of a transformers. Okay, now in the present class, we are discussed about the what is the EMF equation and what is the formula for voltage that will be induced in the transformers, and what is the ideal transformer on no load, and how to draw the phasor diagram for that ideal transformer on no load. Okay, that all will be discussed in the present class. Okay, first coming to the EMF equation of a transformer. Okay, first before going to derive the EMF equation of a transformer, first let what is the phi m? Phi m is the maximum value of flux. Okay, phi m is equal to maximum value of the flux. Next, coming to the frequency, that is F. F is equal to the supply frequency. Okay, phi is the maximum flux and F is the supply frequency. Units is Hz. Okay, N1. N1 is the number of turns in the primary winding. Okay, next coming to the N2. N2 is the number of turns in the secondary winding. Okay, therefore, phi is the flux per turn in Webers. Okay, therefore, phi is equal to flux per turn in Webers. Okay, next coming to the, as per the Faraday's laws, okay, the average value of EMF induced is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkages. Okay, what is the formula for Faraday's second law? Okay, that is the EMF. That is the EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkages. That is d phi by dt. That is d phi by dt. Therefore, EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkages. Therefore, E is directly proportional to the d phi by dt. Okay, therefore, the average value of EMF induced is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux. Okay, therefore, the flux changes from phi maximum plus phi maximum to minus phi maximum plus phi m to minus phi m in half cycle of 1/2 farads of 1/2 f seconds. Okay, 1/2 s seconds. Okay, therefore, the maximum flux is varies from phi m to the minus phi m. Okay, in a half cycle, that is 1/2 f seconds. That is 1/2 f seconds. Okay, this is the full cycle of sinusoidal waveform. Okay, therefore, the time period, that is 1/f. Okay, therefore, this is the plus phi m notation, maximum flux at positive cycle, and this is the maximum flux at negative cycle. Okay, understand me? This is the maximum flux at positive cycle and this is the maximum flux at negative cycle. Therefore, it is indicated as plus phi m and this is indicated as minus phi m. Therefore, the total time period is the 1/f seconds. The total time period is the 1/f seconds. Next, the time taken for plus phi m to minus phi m. Okay, the time taken for plus phi m to minus phi m is 1/2f. 1/2f. F is the supply frequency. 1/2f and F is the supply frequency. The flux increases from 0 value to maximum value. Okay, that is phi m. in quarter of the cycle, that is in 1/4 of the time period. Okay, therefore the maximum flux is reached, that is 0 to 1/4 time period. Okay, this is the maximum flux. Okay, that will be reached 1/4 of the total time period. Okay, this is the total time period. This is the positive half cycle and this is the negative cycle half cycle. Okay, in that case, the maximum flux that will be produced, that is 1/4 of the total time period. Okay, this is the maximum flux that will be produced for 1/4 of the total time period. Therefore, the average rate of change of flux. Okay, therefore, we are calculating the average rate of change of flux, that is d phi by dt. Okay, that is d phi by dt. Okay, what is the change of flux? That is maximum to 0. Okay, therefore, d phi is equal to phi m minus 0. Okay, the maximum flux obtained at a time period of 1/4f. Okay, this is the maximum flux, that is, this is the maximum flux. Okay, the time taken from 0 to phi m. Okay, the time taken from 0 to phi m is the, okay, this is the time taken from 0 to phi m. Okay, what is the time taken for 0 to phi m? That is 1/4f. Therefore, dt is equal to 1/4f and d phi is equal to the phi m and d phi is equal to phi m. Okay, then this will be equal to the 4 pi f volts. Okay, this is equal to the 4 pi f volts. Therefore, the average rate of change of flux is equal to 4 pi m f volts. Okay, is equal to 4 pi m f volts. Okay, this is the, according to the Faraday's second law. Okay, what is the Faraday's second law? That is, E is directly proportional to the d phi by dt. Okay, that means the induced EMF E is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux. Okay, rate means dt. Change of flux means d phi. Okay, rate means dt and change of flux is d phi. Therefore, the EMF induced is directly proportional to the d phi by dt. Okay, understand, ma? The EMF induced is directly proportional to the d phi by dt, where E is directly proportional to the d phi by dt. Okay, therefore, what is the change of flux? D phi is phi m minus 0, 0 to phi m. Okay, the change in the flux is 0 to phi m. Okay, therefore, phi m minus 0, phi m minus 0 by dt. Okay, this is the maximum phi m value, maximum flux, when it will be obtained 1/4f seconds. When it will be obtained means 1/4f seconds. Okay, therefore dt is 1/4f. Therefore dt is 1/4f and d phi is phi m minus 0. Okay, understand, ma? And d phi is phi m minus 0. Okay, that is equal to 4 pi m f volts. Okay, that is equal to 4 pi m f volts. Okay, this is the average rate of change of flux. Okay, understand, this is the average rate of change of flux, that is equal to 4 pi m into f. Next, therefore, the average EMF per turn, that is 4 pi fm, is RMS value by average value. Okay, therefore, that is the form factor. Okay, its value is 1.11 per sine wave. Okay, therefore, we are multiplying with 1.11 when we are obtaining the RMS value. Okay, then we are obtaining the RMS value. Okay, therefore, RMS value of EMF per turn. Okay, therefore, the RMS value of EMF per turn is equal to 1.11 into 4 pi m into f. 1.11 into 4 pi m into f. Okay, that is equal to 4.44 pi m into f. That is equal to 4.44 pi m into f. Okay, therefore, the RMS value of EMF in the primary and secondary winding. Okay, the EMF in the primary and secondary winding is equal to EMF per turn into number of turns. Okay, the EMF per turn into number of turns. Okay, this is the EMF per turn. Okay, therefore, RMS value for EMF per turn is equal to 4.44 pi m into F. Okay, substitute this value in this equation, that is EMF per turn is equal to 4.44 pi m into F. Okay, into number of turns. Okay, even when we are considering this is the E1. Okay, therefore the number of turns is equal to the N1. Okay, when we are considering the E1. Okay, therefore the number of turns is equal to the N1. Okay, therefore E1 is equal to 4.44 pi m F into N1. Okay, where N1 is the number of turns. Okay, therefore pi m is the maximum flux. Pi m is the maximum flux. F is the supply frequency and N1 is the number of turns. Okay, this is the EMF equation E1 in the primary winding. Okay, what is the transformer diagram? Okay, this is the rectangular core. Okay, in that rectangular core, one side we are connecting the primary winding and other side we are connecting the secondary winding. Okay, the primary winding is given to the AC supply and secondary winding we are given to the load. Okay, this is the load. Okay, load. Okay, when we are giving the AC supply, then the I1 current is flowing through the primary winding. Okay, due to that I1 current, the flux phi1 is produced. Okay, this is the N1 number of turns and this is the N2 number of turns. Okay, when the flux linking this coil, according to the Faraday's laws, the EMF is induced. Okay, how much amount of EMF will be induced? Okay, this EMF is calculated by using this formula. Okay, how much amount of EMF is induced means by using this formula, we calculate the EMF induced in the primary winding. Therefore, this flux linking to the secondary winding also, that is the phi2 flux. Okay, when the flux linking to the secondary winding, according to the Faraday's second law, okay, according to the Faraday's second law, the EMF E2 is induced in the secondary winding. How much amount of EMF is induced in the secondary winding? That is E2. Okay, therefore, how much amount of EMF is induced in the secondary winding means E2. Okay, therefore, E2 is equal to 4.44 pi m Fn2. Okay, therefore, E2 is the EMF induced in the secondary winding and E1 is the EMF induced in the primary winding. Okay, this is the formulas that will be obtained in the case of a transformer. Okay, this is the primary induced EMF and this is the secondary induced EMF. Okay. First of all, we are considering d phi by dt. Okay, how when the phi m will be obtained, that is 0 to phi m, change in the flux is 0 to phi m by dt is 1 by 4th of that cycle. Okay, when the phi m will be obtained 1 by 4f times. Okay, then this will be converted into the RMS factor, form factor, that is the RMS value for this is 1.11 into 4. That is equal to 4.44 pi m into F. This is the EMF per turn. Next, the RMS value in the primary and secondary winding is EMF per turn into number of turns. Okay, EMF per turn is 4.44 and number of turns is the N1. Okay, therefore, we are calculating the N2, E1, that is equal to 4.44 pi m F N1 and E2 is equal to 4.44 pi m F N2. Pi m F N2. Okay, this is the EMF induced in the primary and secondary windings. Okay, understand? This is the EMF equation in the case of a transformers. Next, coming to the problem that will be related to the EMF equation of a transformer. Okay, the problems are EMF equation of a transformer. Okay, coming to the first problem. The maximum flux density. Okay, what is meant by maximum flux density? Let's write down the given data. Maximum flux density. Okay, phi m is the maximum flux. Okay, Bm is the maximum flux density. Okay, remember that. Okay, Bm is equal to the, B means the flux density. Maximum flux density. Okay, therefore Bm is equal to the maximum flux density and phi m is the maximum flux. Okay, B means the flux density, phi is the flux. Okay, in the question we are having the maximum flux density. The maximum flux density of a 250 by 3000 volts 50 Hz single phase transformer is 1.2 Webers per meter square. Therefore, maximum flux density means B max. Okay, that is indicated by Bm. Okay, therefore, Bm is equal to 1.2. Bm is equal to 1.2 Webers per meter square. Okay, therefore, Bm is equal to 1.2 Webers per meter square. Okay, if the EMF per turn. Okay, what is the EMF per turn? That is equal to 8 volts. Okay, therefore, EMF per turn is equal to 8 volts. Okay, therefore, what is the formula for E1? Another formula for E1 is equal to N1 into EMF per turn. Okay, N1 into EMF per turn. Okay, what is the EMF per turn? That is 8 volts. Okay, therefore, E1 is equal to N1 into EMF per turn is 8 volts. Okay, what is the N1? Okay, this is the N1 is equal to E1 by EMF per turn. Okay, therefore, N1 is equal to E1. Okay, what is the E1 value? 250. Okay, first we draw down the E1. E1 is equal to 250 volts. And E2 equal to 3000 volts. E1 equal to 250 volts and E2 equal to 3000 volts. And supply frequency F. F is equal to 50 Hz. Supply frequency F equal to 50 Hz. Okay, if the EMF per turn is 8 volts. Okay, determine primary and secondary turns. Okay, we determining the primary and secondary turns. Okay, what is the primary and secondary turns? That is N1 and N2. Okay, the primary okay, therefore N1, primary and secondary number of turns. Okay, what is the primary and secondary number of turns? That is N1 and N2. Okay, primary number of turns is the N1 and secondary number of turns is the N2. Next, we determining the area of the core. Okay, next we determining the area of the core. Okay, what is the formula for area of the core that will be obtained in the EMF equation, that is area A. Okay, in the EMF equation we are determining the area of the core, that is A. Therefore, first we are determining the primary and secondary number of turns. Okay, we are finding the primary and secondary number of turns. Okay, that is N1 and the N1 and N2. Okay, what is the formula for finding that N1? E1 is equal to N1 into EMF induced per turn. Okay, therefore, E1 is equal to N1 into EMF per turn. Okay, N1. Then in this equation, okay, we are determining the N1, that is E. N1 is equal to E1 by 8. Okay, therefore, N1 is equal to the E1 by 8. Okay, where E1 is the 250, okay, E1 is 250 by EMF per turn is 8. Okay, then we obtain 32. Okay, similarly, we calculate the N2. Okay, what is the formula for N2? Okay, similarly, we write down the another formula for E2. Sorry, due to the network problem, we disconnected. Okay. Next, we are calculating the N1. Okay, therefore, N1 is equal to E1 by 8. Similarly, we calculate the N2. Okay, what is the formula for N2? Okay, that will be obtained from the E2 equation. Okay, therefore, E2 equal to N2 into EMF per turn. EMF per turn. Okay, therefore, what is the N2? Okay, we write down the N2 formula. N2 is equal to E2 by EMF per turn. E2 by EMF per turn. Okay, therefore, N2 is equal to, what is the E2 value? That is 3000 by EMF per turn is 8. Okay, then N2 equal to 375. Okay, next we calculate the area of cross section or the area of the core. Okay, by using